She trusted she would manifest the life of her dreams, bought several courses, and only manifested debt.
From rock bottom. This is a true story. The names and some events have been changed to protect the identity of those involved. You are listening to From Rock Bottom. Subscribe to the channel and keep respect in the comments. Do you have an inspiring story of overcoming challenges? Send it to us by email.
I thought I was awakening. I thought I was raising my vibration, healing my inner child, unlocking the universe's abundance. But guess what? I was just getting played by a guy in linen pants, crystals on his neck, and a whole lot of talk about frequency and quantum codes. He promised I'd manifest my dream life. What I manifested: debt, isolation, panic attacks, and a yoga mat I can't even look at anymore. This is the story of how I gave up therapy, cut off my real friends, burned through my savings, all to follow a man who said money was just energy, and if it wasn't flowing to me, it was because I wasn't aligned enough. Spoiler alert, it was never about me. It was all about his bank account. Let's go back to how it all started. I'm not going to say his name. I want to. God, I do. But I'm scared, because every time I tried to tell someone about him, about what happened, they just rolled their eyes, or worse, told me I was the problem. So, yeah, I won't say his name. But if you've been in the spiritual scene, if you've ever watched manifestation content on YouTube, you probably know exactly who I'm talking about. He had that look. Beard, mala beads, flowy white linen shirt that was always slightly open. He spoke so calmly, so slowly, like every sentence had the power to heal you. And me? Well, I was broke, single, exhausted, hollowed out by life. I had just quit a job that drained the soul out of me. My boyfriend had left me for a woman he met in his breathwork circle. Yeah, that still stings. And my self-esteem was literally somewhere under my bed, covered in dust and old take-out containers. I was scrolling on TikTok at like 2 a.m., crying again, because life just felt like this endless hallway of nothing. No doors opening, no light, just gray. And then, there he was. This clip pops up. He's sitting cross-legged in front of this giant amethyst, right? And he says, "If you're seeing this, it's not random. Your higher self brought you here. You're ready to awaken, to heal, to manifest your truth." Chills. Literal goosebumps. And I know how dumb that sounds, okay? But when you're in that place, when your whole life feels like static noise, hearing someone talk like that, it feels like a rescue rope being dropped from the sky. I binge-watched everything. Every live stream, every video, every post. I'd wake up and check his page before I even brushed my teeth. It was obsessive, but it felt like, finally, someone understood what I was going through. He talked about emotional frequency, energetic blocks, money trauma, inner child liberation, divine femininity. And he always looked straight into the camera like he was talking just to me. And you know what? I believed it. All of it. He said money was an illusion. He said jobs were slavery. He said, if I just aligned my vibration, everything I wanted would come to me. No joke. I cried, watching him explain how pain was just misdirected cosmic wisdom. I started doing his meditations, affirmations on loop at night, started using the divine energy oils he sold on his website, started following his prosperity moon protocols, and then, of course, started buying his courses. First one was like $49. Quantum Flow Reset. No big deal, right? Then the next one was $99. Then there was the exclusive mentorship circle, $444. Limited spots only. And I, of course, jumped in. I mean, I was investing in my healing, in my alignment. That's what he said. And honestly, it sounded legit. He'd say, if you're scared to invest in yourself, that's your trauma talking. Your fear is the frequency that keeps you broke. I wrote that in my journal with a gold pen, like it was scripture or something. And yeah, at this point I still hadn't met him in person. Everything was online. His events, his lives, his weekly light codes, all digital. But somehow, it didn't matter. I felt like I knew him. He knew me. I was part of something. A mission. A collective. A tribe. And it felt so damn good not to feel alone anymore. That's how it starts, you know? Not with some crazy red flag. Not with some obvious scam. It starts with feeling seen. With someone making you believe that all your mess, all your chaos, has meaning. He made me feel like I wasn't broken, like I was just misaligned. And he could fix that. So, when he announced he was doing an in-person retreat in Sedona, guess who booked a flight the same night? Yep, me. Look, I didn't have the money. Like, at all. My account was basically screaming, but the second he announced the Sacred Wealth Activation Retreat in Sedona, I don't know. It felt like this was the moment the universe had been leading me to. And I know how that sounds. I sound like a walking cliché. But at that point, I was convinced I was on the edge of something massive. A breakthrough. A transformation. A divine quantum leap into my dream life. So I booked the flight, maxed out a credit card for the retreat fee, rented a cabin I couldn't afford. I kept telling myself, this is what alignment looks like. You've got to leap before the net appears. That's literally what he always said. Leap, then receive. Abundance rewards the brave. Money is energy, and you're infinite. It's wild now. Looking back, how many of us were there? 30, maybe 40 women, all sitting on mats under the Arizona sun, dressed in white linen, chanting to the moon, holding abundance crystals and sobbing into the dirt. And him, always at the center, always glowing. His eyes would lock onto you, like he could see the trauma in your womb from 7 generations ago. He made you feel chosen. That first night, he said the energy was very open, that we were ready. But for the codes to really integrate, we had to release financial resistance. He passed around personalized products. A bottle of soul-unlocking oil here, a divine feminine crystal grid there. A private one. One session with him for just $888. No joke. 8. 8. 8. He said that number was sacred, that angel numbers were guiding us, and I swear to God I looked down at my phone, and the battery was at 88%. I thought it was a sign. So, yeah, I bought it. I bought it all. He said, money is just the final illusion. You need to shed the illusion to step into your power. So I paid. Even when I didn't have it. Even when I had to move savings around. Call the bank. Take out a cash advance. I was in this trance, totally under the spell, meditating 3 times a day, fasting for spiritual clarity, journaling until my fingers cramped, and visualizing, always visualizing, the house, the new car, the soulmate, the 7 figures in the bank account. I could see it all. He made me believe that if I just stayed on the frequency, if I just kept saying yes, it would all appear. He'd say, "If you want to receive millions, you have to behave like a millionaire now. What would your higher self do?" And I was like, she'd buy the course. She'd say yes. She'd expand. So I expanded. My debt expanded too. But who cares, right? It was all temporary. Because abundance is a mindset. Except weeks passed, then months. And nothing happened. Not a thing. No soulmate, no money, no clients, no random checks in the mail. I kept doing the mantras, kept cleansing my aura with Palo Santo, kept sleeping with selenite under my pillow. But the only thing that was growing was my panic. And when I emailed his team to ask if it was normal to feel stuck in the physical plane, even after attending the sacred wealth activation, they said I wasn't trusting the timeline, that my ego was trying to sabotage me, that I needed to purchase the Starseed DNA clearing bundle to remove the block. It was another $555, and like a fool, I bought it. So, one night, I just snapped. Not in a dramatic, throw things across the room way. It was more like a quiet meltdown. I was in bed, staring at my ceiling fan go in slow, sad circles, my bank app open on one screen, my vision board on the other. The numbers weren't adding up. Like, literally. I had done everything. I wasn't just believing, I was living it. Waking up at 5 a.m. scripting, visualizing, doing breath work, burning sage, drinking celery juice with positive intentions. And still, nothing. Worse than nothing. I was behind on my mortgage. My credit card was practically on fire. And I was starting to borrow money from friends just to keep up with this high-vibe lifestyle. So, I messaged him. Like, really messaged him. I'm doing all the steps. I bought everything. I meditate every day. I follow the vibration. So why is it not working? What am I doing wrong? He left me on read for 2 days. And then finally replied with, "You're still resistant. Your energy isn't fully aligned yet." I wanted to scream. What does that even mean? But then, right underneath that message, he dropped a link, a brand new program. Breakthrough Frequency Realignment Trademark. And guess what? It was on sale. He wrote, "I wasn't planning to release this yet, but Spirit told me someone needs this now. The price was $777. That number came in a download just for you. It's a sign. It means you're close." And you know what I did? I cried. Then I bought it, like a full-blown idiot. Because he made me believe that even the discount was a sign, that I was manifesting the solution. He literally said, "You manifested this price. That's proof you're aligned. I'll walk through the portal." I wanted to believe so bad. I needed to believe. Because otherwise, what? Admit it was all fake? That I was drowning in debt because some guy with a man bun and healing crystals finessed me out of my savings? That would have broken me. So I went deeper. I journaled harder. I isolated myself more. I cut out friends who weren't aligned. I started skipping work calls just to focus on my vibration. I kept saying to myself, "It's working behind the scenes. Trust the timing. Keep going." Meanwhile, I was late on my mortgage. My actual house. The roof over my head was literally at risk, and I was over here, paying $777 for a guided meditation where he whispered affirmations over ocean sounds. And that part hurts to say, because I used to think I was smart. I was never the type to fall for scams. But this wasn't like someone emailing me pretending to be a Nigerian prince. This was emotional, spiritual, manipulative in a way that felt like love. He made me feel seen. He made me feel like I mattered, like I had potential, like I wasn't broken. And that's the scariest part. Because when someone gives you hope, and then ties that hope to their PayPal link, it's a trap you don't see coming. Even when I was barely affording groceries, I'd convince myself I just needed one more course. One more healing, one more energetic upgrade. Then, my life would finally turn around. Spoiler, it didn't. But I wasn't ready to admit that just yet. So here's where things get, honestly, kinda tragic, but also, this part saved me. I hadn't spoken properly with my mom in weeks, which, if you know me, is insane. We used to talk every other day, sometimes just to say hi, sometimes to gossip, sometimes to cry, but she was always there. And she tried. She really did. She would text me like, "Hey, baby, haven't heard from you. Is everything okay? Can we talk soon? Miss your voice. You all right? Just worried. Love you." And I'd reply with stuff like, "Sorry. Been super busy aligning my energy. I'm actually doing really well, Mom. We'll call soon. Love you." Yeah. I was sending sparkle emojis while my electricity bill was 3 months late, and I was eating dry cereal for dinner. She knew something was off. So one weekend, she just showed up. Didn't tell me, didn't call, took a damn bus from 2 states away, and knocked on my door like she was the FBI. And when I opened it, I'll never forget her face. It was this mix of confusion, concern, and heartbreak, like she knew something was wrong, but wasn't ready for what she walked into. Because my house? Oh my God. There were sticky notes everywhere. On the mirror, "I am worthy of millions. My vibration attracts abundance. He chose me to awaken humanity." On the fridge, which was empty, by the way, there were printed Grabovoi codes taped across the door in rainbow colors. My vision board was framed like an altar. There were half-burnt candles on the floor, affirmation audio playing in the background, low volume on a loop like a creepy mantra. And at the door, a pile of unopened bills and final warnings, electric, water, internet. And my mom just stood there. She didn't even say anything at first. She just looked at me, not with judgment, but with so much love, so much worry. And finally she said, "Sweetheart, what happened to you?" And that broke me. I don't even remember how I answered. I think I started rambling. Something like, "Mom, it's okay. I'm just aligning, you know? I'm manifesting big things. It takes time. You wouldn't understand, but it's all happening. I'm in the void right now, but that's where the miracles start." She took my hands. They were shaking. I hadn't noticed. She sat me down at the tiny kitchen table, and she said, "I don't care about the mess. I don't care about the codes. I care about you. You look tired. You look scared, and this doesn't feel like you." And I don't know why, but I finally cracked. I just started sobbing. Not cute crying, not movie crying. Ugly, choking, painful sobs. I told her everything. About the guru, about the exclusive discounts, about the $777 courses, the custom mantras, the dreams he sold me, the house I was about to lose. And I told her the truth, that I wasn't okay, that I felt empty, that I was ashamed, that I didn't know how to get out. And my mom, bless her, she didn't say, "I told you so." She didn't call me stupid. She didn't yell or get mad. She hugged me, tighter than she had in years, and she whispered, "You're not crazy. You just got lost, but you're not alone. We'll fix this, one step at a time." That night, she made me real food, just scrambled eggs and toast, but it tasted like a 5-star meal. She helped me turn off the affirmations. She helped me toss out the expired yogurts and spiritual incense packs. She helped me go through my accounts and make a list of debts. And most of all, she helped me remember who I was before all this. And honestly, that was the beginning of the end for him. I wish I could tell you that everything got better after that. That I cleaned up my house, deleted his affirmations, got a job, and just moved on. But no, reality hit me harder than I expected. Because when I finally sat down to look at my finances with my mom, really look, I realized something terrifying. I wasn't just broke. I was in debt. Deep. Like 20 grand in debt. And the worst part? When I first found him, I wasn't even doing that bad. I didn't have extra cash lying around. Yeah, but I wasn't starving. I couldn't go on fancy trips or buy a new car, but my rent was paid. I was surviving. Now, I couldn't even afford ramen. And here's the sickest thing. All of this, all of it, was in the name of abundance. I gave everything I had to manifest a better life, and I ended up worse than I had ever been. I was humiliated, angry, exhausted, and worst of all, I felt betrayed. So I did the thing I should have done months ago. I went after him. The confrontation. I still had his email, his WhatsApp, his Telegram group. Hell, I even had the secret VIP vibrational upgrade Discord server he ran. So, I messaged him, straight up, no fluff. "I've spent over $20,000 on your products. I've done everything you said, and I'm broke, depressed, and on the edge of losing my apartment. This is not okay." He left me on read for 3 days. Then finally he replied, "Hey love, first of all, I feel your pain, but if you're still in lack, it's because your frequency hasn't aligned yet. It's not about what you do, it's about what you vibrate. You may want to consider doing a personal energy reset." I swear to God I nearly threw my phone at the wall, but I didn't give up. I messaged again, this time way longer. I wrote him a whole-ass essay explaining how much I had trusted him, how I believed in everything he said, how I gave him all I had because I truly thought I was investing in myself, in my future. And you know what he did? He sent me a link, a literal freaking link, to another program. $497 for a trauma cleanse energetic realignment with his new voice-activated audio codes. No joke. And when I refused, when I said, "I'm done, this is a scam and you know it," he turned it around on me. He said, "You're clearly still in victim mode. That's the real blockage. You're not ready to take responsibility for your own creation. If you were, you'd see that this is all happening for you, not to you." Then he had the audacity to say, "Honestly, therapy might help. Your energy is heavy. I felt it from the start." "Oh, you felt it?" "Well, I felt it too when my bank account dropped below zero while you flew to Bali for another soul retreat. But wait, it gets worse. I asked him about refunds. Told him I wanted my money back, even just a portion. And guess what he did? He sent me a folder full of testimonials. Dozens of screenshots from women who claimed his work changed their lives. Women saying they were now rich, happy, healed, married, glowing, manifesting millions. But it all felt off. Their usernames were like @crystal_butterfly, 888, or @abundancemommy33. Their photos looked weirdly filtered. Their captions had the exact same writing style, like they were written by the same person. I checked their accounts. Most had like 3 followers. No real posts. Just 1 or 2 quotes and a link to his course. Bots. Literally bots. Or fake profiles. Or who knows, maybe just him with a wig and Canva. When I told him I didn't believe those stories were real, he got even more defensive. You're projecting. You're not seeing results because your ego is blocking the flow. I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm here to awaken the chosen. Right. Chosen to lose our life savings? The legal truth. I thought about suing him. For real. But you know what? I couldn't even afford the damn fee to talk to a lawyer. And even if I could, guess what I found when I looked into it? He was legally protected. Because every single course, every download, every payment I made came with one of those little checkboxes. I understand this is not a guarantee of results, and is for entertainment purposes only. He wasn't dumb. He knew exactly what he was doing. And what hurt the most? There are thousands of people out there like me. People who are tired, vulnerable, broken, hopeful. People who don't need more vision boards. They need food, support, real help. And instead, they get him. Where I am now, I didn't get my money back. I'm still recovering honestly, financially, emotionally, spiritually. But you know what I did get? My brain back, my voice back, my life back. And I learned something the hard way. Manifestation is real. Belief is powerful, but it should never cost you your safety, your sanity, or your dignity. And if someone ever tells you that you're the problem while they're living large on your desperation, run. So, yeah, that's the end of the Guru saga. But it's not the end of my story. After everything I went through, the debt, the guilt, the shame, the betrayal, I made a choice. I wasn't going to let this ruin me. I was going to take what happened and make it mean something. Because if not, then what? I'd just be the girl who fell for a scam and lost $20,000? No, not me. That's not how I go down. The truth I had to swallow. Here's what I realized. These gurus preach gratitude. They scream, "Be grateful for what you have. Raise your vibration. You are the creator of your reality." But here's the catch. They're selling these ideas to people who hate their reality, who are broke, lonely, burned out, scared. People like me who didn't need another mantra. They needed a F** king break. And they use it against you. They make you feel like if you're not manifesting everything you want, it's because you're doing it wrong, that you're not aligned enough, that you're broken, that it's your fault. So, what do? You keep buying. Because you think, if I just try harder, if I just get that next course, maybe then it'll work. And then, one day, you look around, and your fridge is empty. Your bills are stacked up. You're deep in debt. You're alone. and the only thing you're manifesting is panic attacks. But let me tell you something. I got out. It was hard. It was ugly. But I did it. I got help. I built a budget. I worked side jobs. I said no to the affirmations and yes to actual action. It took time, but I paid off the entire debt. And now? I finally traded my old car for something decent, reliable, safe, with AC that actually works. I paid off my student loans, and next week, I'm going on a trip. A real one. Not a visualize the beach from your floor mattress type of trip. A real, paid for, booked a year ago kind of trip. Did I manifest it? Maybe. I still believe in energy. I still believe in dreaming big. But I didn't get scammed. I didn't hand my money to a manipulator dressed like Jesus with a TikTok filter. I did it my way, with real decisions, real plans, real steps. And that's what I want to leave you with. To anyone watching this who's been burned by the self-help world, to anyone who's felt like they're doing everything right and still failing, to anyone who's ever been told it's their own fault, they're not successful, please, wake up. Gratitude doesn't mean being blind. Faith doesn't mean handing over your wallet. And manifestation is not an excuse for people to exploit your hope. If someone is getting rich off of your struggle, they are not your guide. They are your warning. That $20,000 I lost? It could have covered my car, this trip, my therapy, groceries, a better laptop, maybe even a new mattress. And guess what? I only got those things after I stopped giving my money to someone who told me I was broken. So, yeah, I'm grateful now. But not because I paid a guru to fix me. I'm grateful because I fixed myself. And if you're watching this and you feel like you've been scammed, or you're on the edge, or you're still waiting for something magical to finally happen, here's your sign. You don't need to be more aligned. You don't need another high-vibe coaching package. You just need to stop believing that someone else has the answer to your life. You're the guru. You're the source. You're the damn magic. Protect it.